Well, hello, boys and girls. What a wonderful day it is today in our money-based economy.
Liar.
Well, sit back and relax and get ready for the guy who's about to ruin everything.
Tell me
I'm
what to do.
puzzled. Are you really seriously suggesting that Jesus Christ was a mushroom?
Wayne, Jesus was a mushroom Roberts.
Yes. You are dealing with a secret cult,
Oh.
a secret society.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to Waning Interest.
Welcome to the Waning Interest Podcast, hour number 31, unlocked Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. The smallest click on the internet. We got the Wednesday joke and the Wednesday radio story coming up and a whole lot more. And why does it seem like I'm, I don't know, I guess I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the wrong doohickeys on my boohickey, on my slewhickey, and on the slewiki, confused everything and conflated the wiki to the smicky and the shicky and the licky and then I got a little twicky. I was looking at the wrong fucking thing. I thought I was looking at my levels and I was not. I was looking at something else going, why isn't that moving? Am I recording? Oh, because you're an asshole. He's an asshole. That's what I said. Waning Interest Podcast at gmail.com. That was Joe Cruz you heard on the open. You hear on the front and the back of the promos. You're listening from either iTunes, Stitch, or YouTube, TuneIn, Google Play, Laughable, or Spotify, or any of those other scumbag little outlets that pull from there and sell ads with this free content. And that's why we have a Patreon page. For as little as $2 a month, you could be a whip. Hey, Wayne, why is it that you're acting like such a dick while asking for money and asking for somebody to be a fan of yours? Because it's a shitty day. Oh. Because it's a shitty week. Oh. That's all you had to say. Did. Got it. But you know what I mean. As little as $2 a month, $24 a year. Jesus. El Cheapo, Schmeepo, Tweepo. Did I tell you about my Twickie? Somebody just posted something on Twitter a second ago before I hit record that x-rays of stuff stuck up people's asses. It was a cassette tape. There was a fucking cassette tape. Now, of course, that person is going to be embarrassed. And I was. I mean, maybe because the assumption immediately is, oh, well, it must have been alone with meth. I had to jam something up your ass because it turned into a Venus flytrap. And that's the best thing you could find beside your hand. Duh. That's the immediate assumption, right? Well, maybe, just maybe, the person with the cassette up their ass, maybe they got the cassette up their ass because they did something good for somebody and they got payback for it. Because if you really look at it, it's just a microcosm of the Jesus story. Instead of getting put on a cross, this person got a fucking cassette of air supply up their pie hole ass. No, not the pie hole, the turd cutter. God damn it. You get anything right? It's a bad week. You said that. Maybe it's the coffee. It sucks. You know why it sucks? Because it's good. I don't normally do coffee. Normally what I do coffee-wise for the last, I don't know, year and a half or so, if not more, just that little tiny cup you can get when you go to Trader Joe's. And that's what, 2, maybe 3 times a week. That's what I've been doing for about a year and a half. Well, I don't want a coffee maker. I don't want all that shit. I don't want to spend $2, $3, $4 for a coffee. And my bladder doesn't really care for it. Or kidneys, or both, probably. You can tell the change when you slow shit down. You know that with anything. You can tell where your body goes, oh. I've been doing it so long I didn't realize how much my body was saying, stop it. Like soda, forever. Jesus. used to be called the Dr. Pepper Man. I always had a 20-ounce Dr. Pepper in my hand, or a Diet Coke, or a regular Coke. But it was Dr. Pepper for the last batch of years, at least in Florida. Now I can't drink carbonated soda. 2-3 sips, my chest feels like it's going to explode. Hate it. So when I do drink alcohol, which is very rare now, very, very, very rare. Like last week I had the first vodka neat that I've had in probably 3-4 months. But with my vodka, when I used to drink, it was vodka tonic. I don't even want the tonic. Just give me it neat, and I'll sip it slowly with water. But what was I saying before? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, does it? What matters is people's power, the Patreon. You'd be one of the whips, one of the Waning Interest podcast pack. And if you're on Twitter and Instagram, Wayne Roberts 811. Or hashtag the whips. Lowercase the, uppercase WIPP, lowercase S. Or hashtag Waning Interest Podcast Pack. Or hashtag Waning Interest Podcast. 3 is enough, right? What the fuck? 1's too many. 3's definitely enough. Ever tell you I hate Instagram? Ever tell you I hate Twitter? Ever tell you I hate Facebook? Ever tell you I hate a lot of shit? Bad week? Yep. And it's always about money. And you know, if you're new to me, my apologies. But that's a pretty entertaining first 7 minutes. So, if you have a problem with it, good. The whips know what they're getting. And the whips get it. And they know I'm not spewing at them. You know, they know where my sputum is directed. And it's supposed to be a bit funny. Notice I said a bit, so don't come at me with, oh, you think you're so funny. No, I said a bit. Throwing my words in a fucking blender. But it all comes down to this. I finally figured it out. Why is 811 on the end of my handle on Twitter and Instagram? Most think, oh, because you're a 9/11 freak, and 9/11 was already taken, or what? Kinda. That's just a bonus. No, it happens to be my birthday. And you know what? We went off the gold standard a few days after I was born. So that's why I hate money. That's why I hate this whole system. I was born to hate it. Just a few days, 4 days later. If that doesn't cement simulation like I've been saying for 30 hours, I don't know what does. I mean, the repetition should help that alone, you know. A lot of the repetition, because you hear a lot of the same shit over and over, sort of, kind of. But you do with everybody. Don't fucking give me that shit.
Oh, wait, you say a lot of the same stuff over and over.
Yeah, well, you're the person who spends fucking $17 every month to go see the new rock movie. Shut up. You fucking wanker. Look in the fucking mirror. That's the one thing, if you're new to this, you'll notice that I look in the mirror all the time. I don't like what I see. That's why I wear a beard. Oh, did he just say it's gay? No. I have a gag reflex, can't be. So every once in a while, maybe but it hurts, man, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason mushrooms look like penises, you know what I'm saying? And there's a reason clitorises look like little penises, you know what I'm saying? They're both fine. Although I do prefer the mother's milk stuff. Wait, there's other milk on the other thing. Yeah, but whatever. I don't really care. There's probably going to be a point to where I'm like, you know, I'm tired of women totally. So even though they give me wood, you You're just saying that because you're poor. Yes. I'm not good enough for a woman right now. I ain't got no money. I got no nothing but this dumbass mouth you're listening to. But this mouth, at least I can pronounce Iran correctly. Iran. And if you listen to the last couple of ones, I went on this little tirade about it's Iran, you fucks, after I had said Iran. But I ended it with, but I used to get it wrong in my young age, which, of course, was just a few moments before that. And then I brought it back, and I said it again wrong on Friday, on Monday on purpose. But I forgot to acknowledge it, kind of, because I was in the middle of a, and I meant to throw it in when I listened back, going, shit, that's where you forgot, but fuck it. But it is hard to break the habit. You know how long I've been trying to get people to say cannabis instead of marijuana? Since 06, 07. You know how many times I've made the mistake and said marijuana? Since then? Tons. But most of the time I catch it. But a lot of times you just like trying to break that habit. It's like when you didn't realize like in my 20s when people would go, geez, you use the F word a lot. I'm like, what? So I wasn't recording myself then. I didn't get it. I didn't know that I was saying fuck every fourth word. Didn't even know. Didn't realize, I mean. I kind of knew. I knew I used the F word a lot, but I didn't realize it was fuck, chucka, 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 fuck, chucka, 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 fuck, chucka. It was almost like I was doing a song. I should be a musician, damn it. I just figured it out. Oh, I have a bass? Oh. Oh, I have drums? Oh. Nobody will play with me, man. Why? Because I suck. Like it this. So Iran is Iran. Iran is not Iran. Or Iran. Whatever. Let's all just try to get it right. Myself included. No more jokes. Because I can't think of any. But everyone, to me, everyone falls into a category of recurring things that happen to them. And we all have something that, Jesus, this happens over and over. Well, we all have a handful of things, or one or two, or I have a basket. I wove it myself. And on there is the label says, the Mistaken Misfits. Those that get blamed for things they didn't do and have all their words thrown into a blender while they're just one of those that stand up for everyone that has a figurative or literal boot on their fucking throat. That's one reason why I do a podcast, record the proof, and have Chris Cornell give anyone the finger who likes to pull the blender gag. Ha ha ha. If I said fuck you today, I may come across as a dick to some people, but usually it's because it's the information they're not liking. It's not that it's the truth. Like, wait, you're bursting my bubble. Wait, I believe this, that, and the other because I watch MSNBC. I know not to watch Fox. Well, they both suck. They're both the same. There is no left. There is no right. There's only corporate. It's all corporate speak. It's all corporate fucking talking points. Shh, stop. Now, if you're somebody who gets your news in other places, independent news, real independent news, that doesn't leave out pertinent fucking facts, which are usually the ones that show that the corporations are do what they do. And it's so fucking stupid. It's 2019 and we're still doing the same shit. So when you guys quit fucking letting them get away with everything, I'll quit smoking cigarettes, all right? How about that? How's that for a deal, you fucknuts? Right? Fair trade, right? Stop telling me to quit smoking. And I barely even smoke. I mean, fuck a pack of cigarettes. First off, I smoke ones that are, don't have the chemicals. Number two, a pack lasts me 4 days, sometimes 5. I only take like 3 or 4 drags and then put it in a doob tube like a joint. Once or twice an hour. I don't smoke like I used to. It's a good weaning. And for Christ's sakes, do you think this is a dick? Whew. Take them cigarettes away from me for a couple days. No. Yeah, this is just come back to me in less than 48 hours. Just over 24. let's just cut it right at, 30? 33. Let's go with the Jesus thing. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And then you'll see a real prick. You'll feel it through the fucking speakers. Not like you don't now, but it'll be worse. I mean, you'll actually see them. This you feel. Those ones you'd see. So obviously when I do quit cigarettes, I'm gonna have to take a break. Or not. Let's be truthful. Show it all. Right? That's kind of what it is about, too. But the Mistaken Misfits. Or the X-Men is what I used to call them. But the X-Men are different people now to me. The X-Men are... I'm part of the X-Men, but I'm also part of the Mistaken Misfits. You know, kind of like Suicide Squad's also Sinister Six, or not Sinister Six, but another... whatever the fuck. I'm getting DC and Marvel twisted up, and I threw it in a blender. Oh, shit. It's my fault. I did it. But I was, you know it, but at least I stopped myself and I'm admitting it, right? I'm not just letting it go and, Right. Thank you. It's a good thing you record this and don't just continue to talk to yourself without hitting the microphone and in your face and hitting record. It's a really good thing you share this with everybody, right? Right. But it's like I'm finally it's not like finally figuring out, it's finally giving up, like becoming Cypher in The Matrix. Like you had enough trying to fucking help everybody, and everybody you help, you're just getting shit thrown in your face. One of those giant shit shovels too, man. It's big. Sometimes even a tractor. Like the ones that I used to push shit with when I was 15 years old working on a dairy farm. Nothing. Shit. That's all it was. I was just working in shit. Constantly. 48 cows. That's all it was. Shit. Anyway. I've said it before, but you go by the thing of being nice to people. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I get nowhere being nice. You get nothing but shit on. Every which way. So, it's no more Mr. Nice Guy, time to be a dick, but I should have started a long time ago, or maybe just stuck to it back then. So I was used to be more dickish. I used to be a drinker. My God, it's like I had more people, when I was a dumbass drinker that didn't really get it and didn't look beyond MSNBC or the local stupid news, some of that, any of the other bullshit corporate talking points. Man, I had a lot more friends. Or acquaintances or people that wanted to be around me. When you start calling bullshit on everything, look at them all scatter. Look at the sheep scatter. Then, of course, a few come back going, shit, sorry, dude. It was hard to take, but I was like, and then when they do that, I'm like, I know, I was there once too. I'm a Jesus was a mushroom guy, but the first time Jeff Oliver Madley Clark said that to me, first 2-3 times, I said, get the fuck out of my studio, dude. What are you saying? And now look at me. My teeth and my eye just went bling with a little sparkle. But Walter White had Heisenberg. Time for me to let Wayness out. Hat and all. I mean, my dad did have the name Cat in the Hat from the Ron guys after a Marlins game, so I'm going to go with that. But all black. Instead of his, which was teal for the Marlins, but this is going to be all black for a slight nod to Slash. And so I can say mine is bigger whenever I ever met him. Yes, I'm a dad, so what? Wayness. So now, the Heisenberg music, that dun dun. That music that, was it Bear McCreary? Is that his name? No. I can't remember the name of the Breaking Bad guy who did Breaking Bad the Breaking Bad music, but the Heisenberg theme. Hear that whenever I say Wayness. Whenever I say Waynes, start to hear Dave Porter and his dun dun, the Heisenberg theme. But I'm not going to make meth. I'm not going to deal meth. I'm not going to do anything with meth. Fuck that shit. I'm just saying I'm turning this, and I'm not going to kill anybody either. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I'm saying figuratively, just saying no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more getting the shit beat out of you. No more fucking taking a bunch of shit while working at the fucking car wash or as a teacher and all this fucking garbage you have to put up with. No more of that. He stopped. He fucking stood up. And I do stand up, but I stand up for more than everybody else than for me. And then I get the shit for standing up for other people and myself, and that's where I end up looking like a bad guy, which makes no sense. So, and you wonder why I hate waking up in the morning. And I'm not saying this just to complain and whine and piss and moan. I'm saying it to let the people who know what I'm talking about, show that, also letting them know that you ain't alone. And we're not alone overall anyway because we know we're all connected, but we've been tricked into thinking we're all separate. And that's part of the problem, and that's why psychedelics need to come back into everything, and they're coming back. So there's a version of that. All the shit that I've talked about. You know how many people who used to fucking think the official story of 9/11 was right, and they gave me a bunch of shit, and now we're 9/11 truthers? There's a whole bunch that came back. Let's see, psychedelics. You know how many people have fucking used to flip on me when I talked about psychedelics starting in 2005? Flipping out on me left and right, all kinds, up and down. People I didn't know, people really close to me. Now look at psychedelics. Denver, Oakland, AOC is talking about more stuff to let the research, because of what the research shows is, oh my Christ, it does help. Ibogaine gets people off opiates, and this, that, and the other. Cigarettes, mushrooms of cigarettes, and spirituality, and it goes on and on and on. Now it's mainstream. When I was talking about it 15 years ago, I was a dick. Hemp. I was a dick, hippie douchebag. Oh, stop with the hemp stuff. Now Mark and everybody who loves Mark Ruffalo with his fucking activism, Mark Ruffalo with the hemp shit, ding, 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 ding. Now they're all fucking, ooh, hemp, 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 shot. So all you people who know that shit, who give that shit out, and then people just piss on you and shit on you. See, I'm your brother. Tweet and post all day about gun control without saying a fucking word about the pieces of shit that build those weapons, and then tell you we need to blow the shit out of another country full of brown people sitting on a lot of oil and minerals. Those are the people that you're parroting, been trained to parrot if you watch mainstream news. Until you hear the weird shit, and he goes, huh. Jesus, Wayne was telling me about that shit many years ago, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, now look at it, oh my God, even the biggest people in the world are saying psychedelics, they're helping. All the way back to, I mean, another one, I told you the Soundgarden story. 1990, I was a Soundgarden fan. The first time I saw them on Headbangers Ball. Then right before Bad Motorfinger comes out, we see the video. I think it was before the video came out, before the album, for Outshined. I went, whoa, yeah, these guys are still good. They're even better now. I went out and bought both albums. And then it was announced that they were going to open for Guns N' Roses at Joe Robbie Stadium on New Year's Eve. So me and a bunch of friends, like 7 of us, got tickets. Was that my first time in Joe Robbie? I think so. And we were on the ground, too. We weren't in the stands. We were actually on the grass. Well, some of us, our tickets were actually, some of them were scattered. And because Soundgarden was just an opener back then, this is 1991. They were just an opener. They weren't who they became yet. So all this fucking equipment at GNR's is covered in blankets and, all the tarps and all that stuff while they're out front. And they're not connected to the same sound. They can't sound as good. And it's a goddamn stadium. So the way the sound works is all kinds of fucked up. Oh, those guys suck, man. I can't believe you bought both of their albums. Those guys blow. I can't believe Guns N' Roses had them open for them. Oh my God. That's what I heard. I said, fuck you guys. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I said the same thing that I just told you. Look what they had to use. Look at this shit. All the good stuff's covered up. Who's got the sound? They can't sound that good. They've got everything against them. 2 years later, Super Unknown comes out. Oh my God, Black Hole Sun is the greatest song ever. Fuck you. All he is. Every fucking one of them. Oh my God, Soundgarden is so great. Yeah, you're welcome. Fuck you. Tried to tell you that. I was a fan way before you, so... Oh, and you've forgotten. You're not even paying attention. Okay, whatever. See, when you say it, it's like, oh. Maybe it's because of you doing this. I don't know. Maybe it's because you're the fucking dickhead that doesn't know how to listen. Because I can be really cool. There's 30 hours of this fucking podcast of me being just like this and talking real nice. Still being fucking funny and charming. But I'm fucking sick of it. Everybody. Especially from getting treated from the people that I don't treat like I've never, ever said anything cross to. I've never butted heads. I've done nothing but I've gone above and beyond, doing shit that they didn't even ask for. I've gotten thank yous and everything, but that's it. But then just treated like it's nothing. And then other people that have nowhere near the amount of worth get all this shit. I'm stuck behind once again. You're welcome. It's getting really fucking tiresome. Did I tell you, Mike, that eating more carrots is making pooping more enjoyable? Just saying. I started to notice, wait, what's going on here? I eat broccoli. Why is broccoli I shouldn't have this much problem. I don't eat a lot of breading. Cookies is basically my carbs. But when I eat turkey, I just eat turkey. I don't do bread. I have a little mayonnaise for it because turkey with a little mayonnaise, just, you can't. Or fish. I get that the salmon, the blue package at Trader Joe's, the teriyaki, I think it is, salmon. Get 2 meals out of that shit. But what I do with that is I get the thing of cream cheese, the whipped cream cheese that they have at Trader Joe's, and I split that thing in half. One's for the other half is for the next day, so wrap that up at that one, and I take all those slivers, the slices, and I wrap them with cream cheese. Perfect meal. But also, a little bit of broccoli or asparagus. I love asparagus, but I get so tired of that fucking piss smell. But either way, I'm like, what's going on here? I'm eating greens. Why is number 2 starting to feel like number 4? And then I went, hey, let's try how about carrots? So I said, fuck yeah, carrot, $1.29 for a bag of organic carrot little thingies. That fucking $1.29, that'll last me 5 days. I'll eat a good handful every day. Rinse them up, put them in the strainer, rinse them off, la la la. I didn't even use sometimes I use cream cheese, sometimes I don't. Wake up in the morning and I didn't have to push. Yay! Aren't those the best? How about you guys? You guys the same way? For the longest time, it's changed now. I don't know why, but I'm still trying to figure it out. But it used to be for a good 4 or 5 years, 7:30. No, it's more than 4 or 5 years. More like a decade. 7:30-ish. Didn't need an alarm. Woke up, not just having to pee, but having to go, let's get rid of some of these carrots, you know what I'm saying? But, moving on. At 29:20 past the hour, I talked about Suds Coleman passing away. I'm still a little pissed at that. That's a little bit of what you're hearing as well. I've spent a lot of the free time that I've had the last couple of days listening to a lot of old Rick and Suds. God, that guy. You're kidding. He's so funny. He was so fucking funny. Just dropping fucking napalm. Rick's on and on and on. Bam. It's like Rick was the plane, doing all the talking, keep it in the air, and then all of a sudden, here comes Suds and just dropping a bomb. While it continues to keep flying, while Rick's going on and on and on. God, I used to love that show. And I got to tell that one story. I'll get to that one story. It's, as we know it as ringing the phones. I might just go into it today, but I was thinking today's going to be where we'll get to that, where shit sort of started. Which kind of had to do with Rick and Suds, but we'll get there. But saying the time, looking at the time and going 30, it's 30 minutes past the hour, 30 minutes after 2 o'clock. That's Rick Riley saying that shit, repeating that old radio, repeating the time. It's 2:05, 5 past the hour. Shut the fuck up and have something else to say. Stop repeating yourself. It gets so boring and tiresome. You know, it's like, what's the new one of that? The new one of that is, with that being said, shut up. I am so fucking tired of people using that. That has been like one of those phrases that came out of the woodwork and everybody started using for the last bunch of years. Oh, God. If it's a phrase that needs to go out of our vernacular quickly, it's that being said. That being said, today would be perfect. After all that, yeah, we know after all that. You've already set it up. We know where you're going if we're listening. It probably comes from people who, they started saying it because they knew whoever they were talking to weren't listening. Now, having said that, remember I've said that, so I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm setting you up, letting you know. It's being overused now and makes me crave the taste of gunmetal. Makes me want to see if I can catch a bullet with my teefers, my choppers, as my dad would say. But a lot of people with this shit, when I talk about stuff with getting rid of money and this Venus Project ideas or the Earth economy with Peter Joseph and that kind of stuff, Buckminster Fuller type ideas, the technocrats, the world without money. But before that, you can't just switch right off. There needs to be a progression out of it. And, a lot of people take those ideas of mine and say, well, it makes everyone dependent on the state. No, it's payback for getting fucked with a 12-inch dildo covered in sand and broken glass and stolen from our entire lives. That's what it's for. And it points us to a moneyless way and everyone being independent, self-sustaining homes and everything else with time to learn how it works and to fix and make better sounds really independent. With our technology, everybody can live in a home that is absolutely self-sustaining, some of that being with their fucking number 1 and number 2 morning waste. That's a fact. As weird as it sounds, of course it does today, and it's coming out of Wayne's mouth, but give it a couple of years, and when somebody important says it, oh my God, let's do that. What'd you say, Wayne? Nothing. But is it a switch straight to that? No. It's got to be a progression. And yeah, universal basic income. Is it, and it's not, throw another fucking tax on us, Andrew Yang. That's the confusing thing. That's what's fucking a lot of people up, this Yang gang bullshit. Yes, Andrew Yang is right about universal basic income, but how we get it, the way he's saying, unless he's changed it, no. Putting another tax on us? Fuck you. You tax all those goddamn corporations that don't pay any fucking taxes, motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you some more, you fucking fuck. The fuck out of here. We're already taxed to fucking death and it's all stolen. All that, look at all the mega millions in the lotto and the mega and the Powerball, all that shit. Isn't that money supposed to help education? Whoa, it's doing such great. Oh, because it's stolen? Right. Because it's a scam? Right. Same thing with the cannabis shit. All this fucking money all these states are making now with legalizing fucking cannabis. All this fucking tax money they're making. Is it making their states any better the way it needs to be? No. It's just more fucking stolen tax money. So fuck you if you want to fucking tax us any bit more, you fucking cunt rag. Fuck you. I'm not sure if I'm getting clear. I'm being clear, but fuck you. Damn, that would have been better if I hadn't stumbled, you son of a bitch. But that's how it goes. This is the real shit. This ain't written. There are notes. There are bullet points. Shut up. Fucking honk at me, motherfucker. I'm in my home. Maybe it wasn't at you. Yeah, it feels like it was. Fuck them. And so was that. All the shit I used to get shit for. Man, now mainstream, like I said. Weed, psychedelics, hemp, meth. Yes, that was a joke, fuckface. I was a freak for going into the psych ward. Now it's fucking fad. How's that one? Huh? Treated like a shithead, treated like a fuckwit, shoot the fucking messenger, blah, blah, blah. You went in the psych ward? Oh, I'm gonna move a couple of chairs down. Fuck you, freak. Now that same person, I just got out of the psych ward. Oh my God, am I popular now? Fuck you. I don't know if you heard it the first 1,200 times I said it, but fuck you. Who's the real trendsetter? I have no idea, but they're obviously related to me somehow. Fuck you. Ever tell you I hate writing? Makes me feel alive. And making me feel alive makes me feel like an asshole. Telling it like it is. In my shitty way that, is the smallest click on the internet. But we've said that, right? Right. Maybe a little bit of my anger is watching. It was fun. But today, Ron Paul was on Jimmy Dore. And so was George Galloway. Gotta love George Galloway. If you're not checking him out, holy shit, does that guy spew it right. He's like, man, we're related. That guy takes a lot of shit, and he spews a lot of truth and cuts through a lot of bullshit. And balls. Guy's got fucking balls like that bull on Wall Street, man. But he's the bull that'll knock that fucking bull over for the people that have the boot on their neck. He's one of us. He definitely would be a whip if he heard it. I think so. You just have to give it a goddamn chance. How many fucking people I've given hours to? I've given them hours listening to their shit. Can't even give me 5 fucking minutes. Fuck you, you selfish twat. Boy, there's a lot of fuck yous in this. Should I bleep them all? That'll make a really fun podcast. And that leads us into 37 after the hour, 37 past. Didn't do that one right, but who cares? Meant to. Fuck it up. It's time for the Wednesday joke on the Waning Interest podcast. Today. It's time for the Wednesday joke on the Waning Interest podcast. Today on Unlocked Wednesday. Boo. All made up right there. God, I'm good. I want a recording contract. I've been in a psych ward. I've done this, I've done that before it was popular. Where's my fucking show? It's like the Bill Hicks bit. Where's my commercial? Where's my commercial? This is your brain. I've tripped so hard I've been on a ship with aliens, but I've never, ever looked at an egg and thought it was a fucking brain. Where's my commercial? Mr. Hicks, are you where? Sorry. God, I love Bill. Bill would love this. You know who else would love it? Bill's mom. I ever tell you the story of shaking her hand and saying, it's so nice to meet you, Mary? And she looked right at my face and in my eyes and said, it's nice to see you again. I'd never met her before. Yes, the reason was probably because she's old, and she says that to says things, says it means a lot of people like me, so just a slip of the tongue, whatever. But I like to believe she saw Bill in my eyes. End of story. So it's the Wednesday joke from, this one is dated, 1/12/15. Stardate, 1/12/15. Here we go. Now, I just skimmed through it. Now, I didn't reread it, and I did it. I read it, and I went, how many times did I do that? I think I did this. I think I might have used this 3 times before it just went into, I think I've marked in it. Yeah, because I get so many things that people come up, so many people that people tell me I look like. There's a list of them. So I have my first 7 minutes of my act sometimes. I mean, it could be. If I was to do 20 minutes, first 7 minutes of it's just going to be jokes about my face and my name, who I look like, and who I sound like and shit. It's not what I always do, but I do have to open with one of them when I do a bit. Have to get it out of the room, especially, people that they don't know me. I ain't no star. So they're just getting to know me, so I got to do some of those, Ken Burns, whatever. But this joke is from what I've gotten the most. Like I did this one thesis film for Chapman, and somebody commented when it was online, because it was under this list it won some awards, okay? It was a really good movie. It's called The Fighting Kind. But somebody said, how'd you get Mark Wahlberg to do your movie? And that's what everybody saw. I don't see it. I've never seen it, but that's what a lot of people see. So I had this joke. First up, if we're going to get anywhere, let's get the red elephant out of the room. Yes. I work during the day on Hollywood Boulevard taking pictures with silly tourists as Mark Wahlberg. It's fun because I don't have to wear a costume. I just have to squat a little in the pictures so you can't tell I'm too tall to actually be him. And that's the Wednesday joke today on the Waiting Interest Podcast, June 19th, 2019. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm Vic Prell, Radio Psychic. Thank you, Phil. So there it is. I think I said that. I think I used it like 3 times. And then I really couldn't figure out a way to make the Wahlberg thing funny, so I used other ones that I get. So that's why I picked the Wahlberg one, because I don't actually use it or never went on too much of it. But yeah. Yeah, but so. Ha ha. Did it every which way. Not really. There's still one more, but I've forgotten all the ones that I've done. So let's move on. Let's move on. Who are you, Elmer fucking Fudd? Maybe. So there. Holy shit, 42 after. My God. I gotta take my blood pressure medication. Where is that joint? It's in the drawer. I can't reach it. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. We don't have to sprint. Right? 17 minutes. I could fill that. Yeah, man. I've already gone this far. And they do say that most people just listen. Well, Netflix, they say the Netflix thing, especially with the comedy, the specials, evidently people are only really watch them like the first 30 minutes. They don't, and myself included, it's gotten to the point where I'm pretty much done at 25 minutes after. And I'm a comic that doesn't even want to do it now. I don't care. I'm not sitting there trying to build an hour. I could do a decent 20 minutes, and I'm fine with that. 20 minutes is enough, man. One person just blah. It just, that's one of the things I like about, like the original room and in the Comedy Store all night. It's just 15 minutes, next, and all kinds of different comics. That's why it's so alive. That's why that room's cooking right now and has been for the last couple of years. One of the biggest reasons, of course, would be Joe Rogan and all the stuff that he's done in the last bunch of years. Many people need credit. There's a lot. But Joe, I think everybody agrees, is umero nuo, if I can say that backwards. You did. You're goddamn right I did. Say my name. What? I don't have any idea who the hell you are. You all know who I am. I'm the man that killed Gus Fring. Bullshit. The cartel got Fring. Now, say my name. You're Heisenberg. You're goddamn right. Not bad. I think I might have fucked up 1 or 2 words, but that's pretty good shit, don't you think? If you're a Breaking Bad fan, you know exactly what I was doing right there. That is the beginning of the episode where Mr. Ehrmantraut meets his demise. Spoiler alert. But that also tells you how much of a fan I am. See, my buddy Eric was a big fan of Mission Impossible, where you'd be on the phone with him before the internet and go, dude, who was in episode 3 from season 2? Who were the guest stars? And he'd go, blah, 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 blah. And what's his name was always in there? Anthony Zerbe was in there like every season. As a different fucking character. He was one of our favorites. Anthony Zerbe. I can do that with Breaking Bad almost. But when we didn't have the internet or whatever, I would call. I'd be on the phone from Tennessee. I'm on the phone. I'm on the internet. I'm going, all right, dude, you're not near the computer. Don't fuck with me. And I'm going to do this really fast, so you have to be quick. You only have that much time. I would do it. I was right there on IMDb going, okay, blah, blah, and he was spitting them out. That's a true weirdo / fan. Well, the word fan does come from fanatic. He took it to fanatic. If you're going to do it all, right? That's why I do it Breaking Bad. Not quite as good as him with Mission Impossible, but pretty fucking good. I think I could, yeah. If there was like a Breaking Bad trivia thing or whatever, I'd be up there. I'd be a contender. And a lot of people that know me would tell you, he's right. That one they wouldn't fuck with me with. Know what I'm saying? And they ain't researched that model. I haven't even researched that one any more than they have researched the other shit that they should have before. Whatever. So anyway, let's get to the Wednesday radio story. The Wednesday radio story on the Waning Interest podcast. Made it up right there. Never done that before. Just saying. So I talked about Suds Coleman, the guy who, a little recap if you're not a patron. You didn't hear Monday's show. Suds was the sidekick on a show called The Rick and Suds Show. He was a partnership with Rick Riley and Suds Coleman. Suds didn't say much, but when he did, it was great. And I ended up working with that show the first handful of years of my radio career. And all I ever wanted to do was be a young, dirty Suds. I mean, he there was some, he wasn't like totally clean. He had some jokes that went over the line, but he just did it in a way that was so passable. Like a Tim Conway doing it, which is how Rick would look at Suds. Like he was his Tim Conway. But that's all I ever wanted to be, and luckily a few years later with my ex-wife, we did a show for a couple of years, and that's what I did. I was just basically a young, dirty Suds. And we won an award, god damn it. So we fulfilled that, and I moved on. Should have stuck with it probably, huh? Maybe. Maybe you wouldn't be here right now. Who knows? But this is all me, right? No radio station telling me what to fucking do, or a partner telling me what to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do. But during that time, before I had my own show or whatever, there was a real quick recap. This one story that Suds and I did where we had a salesperson convinced that we were father and son. It just came out of me as a joke, offhand, and it was something that was going on the air as a joke, and everybody knew it. It was just a joke. But he actually said something, yeah. And then I forgot to tell Suds. And then Suds, next time I see him, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to tell you. And he goes, don't worry about it. Taken care of. And the salesperson actually said to Suds, oh, now I see the resemblance. And that's why salespeople get fucking picked on. Radio salespeople. All that money and all that nothing that they made. Ugh. Some of them were good people. There was a handful that were really. Dan, still, the best one. because he could turn it off. He wasn't always a fucking salesman. Great. But Suds and I, little pranksters. But my introduction into radio, my first job in radio, kind of had something to do with Rick and Suds itself. See, what happened with the lineup at WIOD when I was in radio school, I didn't realize it, but when I was in radio school, come to find out that a whole bunch of the producers at WIOD, the board ops and the producers for the talk show hosts, a chunk of them were board operators, board op. A chunk of them were from my school, my class, which I didn't really know that until my instructor said there's a job opening at WIOD if you're interested. It's not music. You want to be a jock. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be a jock anymore, but yeah, interested. First job in radio. And I had become a fan of WIOD because of one of my classmates had turned me on to him. I'm like, sure. But what happened was, if you know who Randy Rhoads is, not the guitarist, the female talk show host, who is a liberal talk show host, used to be on Air America and stuff. Originally, she was like a female Neil Rogers on WIOD in Miami. He was on 10 to 2 in the morning. She was on at night. She was known as Goddess of the Night. And she killed. Phil Hendry comes in as a part-time weekend talk show. And Rick and Suds are in the morning. So it's Rick and Suds 6 to 10 a.m., Neil 10 to 2. And wait, what was it? No, what it was Rick and Suds were in the afternoon, and they had this news morning show, and then they were switching that, so they put Rick and Suds in the morning. And Randy always wanted to do afternoons, so they put her on in the afternoons. And then Phil Hendry got the night job. Well, after some time, people realized they didn't want that. They wanted Randy back at night. She didn't want to do nights. Well, around this time where all this is happening, she's supposed to be our guest speaker in my radio school with Red Puddinhead, Mr. Bob Gaynor. We once a month had somebody come in and talk to us, an actual radio professional. Randy was going to come in and talk to the class, which me and my buddy Eric were all excited about because we were really ones who knew WIOD, and everybody else was all Power 96 music and dance music and weird shit. So we were excited. This was cool. And a lot of people give me shit for being a rocker and all the music that I would put up and do stuff with and be rock music. Like, oh, that's Zeta. Ugh. And Kimba was the reason I was there to begin with, who was on Zeta. And they were like, oh, we don't listen to that. Nah. Well, Bob tells Kimba and another lady who did traffic. She was part of the traffic, on 995, in the helicopter shit. I can't remember her name, but Bob had asked them if they wanted to come and sit in while Randy talked to us. And they could learn some shit, too. So they showed up. Well, all of a sudden we find out Randy's not coming. There was supposed to be a meeting at IOD and something happened and blah, 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 and all this shit. She's not coming. But Kimba and the Barbara, somebody, I think, are there. And this Barbara lady also taught the DUI comedy classes or whatever. They became our guest speakers. Afterwards, dude, Kimba's so cool. I'm totally listening to Zeta now. Why didn't you just fucking listen to me to begin with, fuckface? She was totally our best guest we've ever had. I've been telling you to listen to her for months. Well, come to find out, the whole thing was they were trying to get Randy to go back to nights because everybody wanted her there. She didn't want to do that, and they were going to put Phil Hendry on in the afternoon. And then this whole thing with Rick and Suds were having a problem with their producer because he made some mistakes, and then Randy's producer, Adam, was going to take over and take over that gig and be the producer of Rick and Suds. And then all this mess or whatever, and in that, with Rick and Suds' old producer leaving, that bumped Adam up and another person up, and they had an opening for a part-time board op. So I got my gig because of Rick and Suds and because of Randy Rhoads, which is kind of funny to me. And then with everybody, that music on Zeta, that rock and roll. I want Power 96. I want Y100. Y100. Chris Corley. Y100. Fuck that. Fuck that crap. I was carting up Metallica. I was putting Metallica on card, fucking, what do you call it? American Idiot. Green Day. I was carting up, putting Green Day songs on card, and like, oh, these guys, yeah, blew up, of course. Everybody's Green Day fan. Soundgarden. Just saying. It was 1994. And then at the end of it, Kimba was our best guest speaker. She was so funny. She was so cool. And actually answered the questions. And she went to the class. She actually went to this class years ago. So, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Just fucking listen to me the first time. Stop being a dick. I listen to you. What's that look on your face, Wayne? When I'm talking, what's that look on your face? It's called listening, asshat. Well, I don't know. I'm just asking because I don't normally know what that look is. Because people normally aren't listening to you. Yeah, just because they ain't listening to me either. I know. I get it, you fuckface. Just listen. That's all I'm asking. Just listen. Wayne, stop telling me what to think. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm telling you to think. I'm telling you to pay attention. Why do you think you know everything? I don't know everything. I'm an observer. I'm just showing you what I'm observing. When the shit that I tell you is stuff that I've had to tell myself. Hey, whoa, dude. Listen more. Pay attention more. And why do I pay attention more? Why can I listen more? Part of it has to do with acting class. Part of it is doing, learning how to listen. Part of it is having the same thing happen over and over and over and going, what the fuck? So you have nothing to, you can't not have some self-awareness and go, what am I bringing to this? If this kind of shit, and a lot of it comes down to fucking horrible listening and throwing my words into a blender. Does it mean I'm perfect? No, I fuck up a lot. But I admit when I fuck up, and I usually admit it right then and there, and still get yelled at. Trying to move on. Whether it's a word that I messed up or whatever. I'm a fuck up, that's what I say. All my shit is bounced. My open is I'm the butt of the joke. My promos, I'm the butt of the joke. Who wrote that shit? I did. I know I'm the butt of the joke. So you making me the butt of the joke is really fucking stupid. It's punching down. Notice I don't punch down. I punch up. The only punching down I do is at myself. But I'm gonna bitch at you if you're not listening. Especially all the people that never listen, and then 2-3 years later, 2 months, 2-3 years later, 10 years later, oh dude, sorry, fuck you. Also because they know that I'm one that does that if it's the other way, and I realize something that they were trying to tell me, and I go back, oh dude, sorry. I try to do that with a lot of people because there were a lot of people that are trying to tell me what I say now or to look into it, and I went. Again, like I said the first time to Jeff Oliver, Martin Lee Clark, first three times, Jeff, get out of my fucking studio. Jesus was a mushroom. Come on. You have no punchline. Where's the punchline? No, man, that's what I'm trying to say. There's no punchline. Yeah. Oh, and then I looked for myself and went, and now you have this. So if you want to say fuck you to anybody, say it to Jeff. But you know what? He can't hear you. This Halloween will be the 3rd anniversary of his passing. If you want to see a picture of Jeff, you get the Duff McKagan It's So Easy and Other Lies book, and there's a couple of pictures that Jeff gave Duff to put in the book, and one of them, Jeff, is actually in the picture from Pasha Studios when they recorded GNR Lies, but not Patience and all that stuff, but the live side that they had done they recorded back in 86. Even though it wasn't really live, they put that crowd under. They played live like it's a band or whatever. It didn't do the normal, But they did a lot of stuff there at Pasha Studios. Anyway, this has been a fabulous hour. It's 4:21 literally, but it's 5:59:20 here. If that makes anything to you, I'm missing my blood pressure medicine, and I need to go get it. And luckily, at 33 seconds, I'm going to be able to get the fuck out of here. Watch Redacted tonight. Jimmy Dore Show, Kim Iverson, Kyle Kalinske, Abby Martin, Corbett Report. Look for yourself. I'm just here to be a fun, babbling lecturer. Remember, we're all Neo, a.k.a. One. Sorry we ran long. Had to bump comedian Kevin Brennan. Thanks, Gary. We're going to come back with another one. I'm not going to be so pissy on Friday. Maybe. Daddy loves you. Stop looking at me, man.